I want to take a deeper look today at Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, and Alex Cox. I really think some things went on that we don't know about that we can explore based on the comments that you guys have left on my channel and other creators' channels in live chats. There is a lot of concern about the days that Tylee and JJ were last seen and the day after. As you know, Alex Cox's phone pinged. Why? Was he stupid? Was he dumb? He brought his phone with him? Or was it a setup? I have some questions. Let's explore them. Let's take a deeper look at Alex, Lori, and Chad. Something sinister happened. Alex can't talk to us because he's dead. Why is he dead? Was it a coincidence? Maybe, but maybe not. Most likely not. Tylee Ryan was 16 years old at the time of her death, and her adopted brother JJ Vallow was 7 when they went missing. Mommy Dearest, Lori Vallow, and new hubby refused to give information, but had no problem island hopping all over Hawaii. However, their world did come crashing down in June of 2020 when the children's bodies were found in Chad Daybell's backyard. If you aren't familiar with the story, I have about 100 videos on this case. The videos go down every possible rabbit hole. So if you want to take a deep look, log on to YouTube on a rainy day and binge watch. But for now, let's discuss some of the more frequent comments and concerns posted on Left Undone comment sections. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathryn. Please like, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We go live every Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Love for you to join us there. But for now, let's talk about this. Okay, you must look at every detail from more than one direction. We do know that Alex's phone pinged at Chad's the same days that Tylee and JJ disappeared. Technology proves that. However, it doesn't really prove that Alex was there. It only proves his phone was there. This causes reasonable doubt. Cameras in the area may have picked up Alex, right? Alex's phone pinged at the Del Taco nearby. Perhaps the cameras at Del Taco may have captured images of Alex on the day that Tylee Ryan was dismembered, burned, and buried on the Daybell property. Technology is going to be a big key in the prosecution. But with that will come reasonable doubt. Technology isn't something just everyone can understand. There will be quite a bit of education that the jurors will need to understand how this technology works. Rumors say that Alex was the family hitman. Even his mother and sister, Summer, were asked this question, and they said, oh, no. But if it's true, if he was always the hitman, he didn't succeed on the hit on Brandon Boudreaux or the day Tammy was shot at. So he missed twice. This must have infuriated Lori. Maybe not the first time with Brandon, but the second time with Tammy? That would have been unacceptable to Lori. Was this the moment that Lori decided that Alex became expendable? As far as we know, Lori and Chad aren't turning on one another. The court said no communication between the co-conspirators. If there's no communication between them, they would be rolling on one another, in my opinion. To get a lesser sentence, there must be some way that they're communicating. Maybe they're getting messages back and forth between their attorneys. That would be my guess. Or maybe a different way. I'm not sure. I think the attorneys. But not knowing what the other is thinking would attack their minds, clearly. Even if these two made a pact not to turn on one another, they would have already started to question what's going on in the other one's mind. Being locked up and not communicating would slay them both. They would be going crazy, thinking about what the other's doing, thinking, and saying. So there must be some communication. I would vet the lawyers, like I said. Plus, consensus is that Chad is weaker than Lori. So with his attorney whispering in his ear, he would probably have already become weak, and put it all on Lori. But, and there's a but, that won't play or work if the autopsy on Tammy Daybell come back and show foul play. No one has said anything about where Lori was, or was she anywhere even near Tammy on the day that Tammy died. Now, when the public started seeing all the billboards with Tylee and JJ's faces and a substantial reward offered for information about their whereabouts, the public probably went, this is bigger than somebody not telling where their children are. They realized this was a pretty dire situation. One of my viewers said the first time they heard about this case was on a local TV station in the Phoenix area through a YouTube channel, and the first thought they had was, those children are dead. That thought never left my mind, my subscriber says. The more information that was released, the more I believed the kids were sacrificed in a satanic ritual. The more I dug, the more assured I was. However, with limited resources and information, I could only get so far. That was a quote from one of my subscribers. I totally felt the same way. I didn't think about the satanic ritual theory until I got some emails about it and was kind of put into my mind, and I started doing a little research, and then I thought, wow, especially the way that these children's bodies were found. You know, this case is so sensational. It is on Dateline, it's on 48 Hours, Nancy Grace, like everybody is following this case. And because we don't know what evidence the state actually has, everything is absolutely speculation. People love speculation, opinions, and rumors, clearly, and theories. So, speculation within reason without going into fantasy land is my style here. Because people love speculation, opinions, and rumors, they also have enough common sense to realize that Kay and Larry wouldn't have spent all that energy, all that time, all that money for billboards, TV spots, and the substantial reward just because Lori wouldn't let him see JJ. It was clearly more horrendous than that. The public is, for the most part, pretty pessimistic. Optimism isn't something that takes center stage when you're talking about true crime, clearly, as we can tell. Not very often, anyway. So Lori and Chad, maybe they actually believed everything could be put on Alex, and they would be able to get out of anything they were charged with. Hey, Alex did it. Look, his phone pinged, everything went, look, Alex phone's pinging here and there, everywhere. So maybe they actually thought, we'll be okay. We can't get charged. We can blame Alex. However, clearly, when a mother is asked where her children are, and she's like, oh yeah, they're fine, and they're found dead, doesn't look so good for Lori. It's very apparent that Alex Cox was involved in every one of the scenarios. At some point, Lori and Chad must have turned on Alex. They must have. They placed blame on Alex, but that wouldn't resolve the fact that Lori and Chad were culpable in the deaths of the children.
Once lived in Arizona, have been missing now for more than 6 months. Lori refuses to give investigators any information about their whereabouts or what might have happened to them. Tonight, she remains in jail in Idaho while family members remain hopeful that the kids are alive and safe.
Kay and I are not going to back off one moment from this case.
But with Lori and Chad being able to flee from Rexburg, go to Hawaii, having time alone together, having the time of their lives, they could talk things through, create their alibi, and the two of them could have fallen into a type of paracosm. Okay, now back to technology and Alex. Technology and Alex's lack of knowledge about technology is what exposed these people. Had Alex possessed that knowledge, He could have left his cell phone in either Lori's apartment or in his own. Then law enforcement wouldn't have even known Alex was involved. Fortunately, technology exposed Chad as well. He kind of overthought it, which exposed Tylee's remains. He wrote Tammy a text, and he stated he shot and buried a fictitious raccoon. He didn't want to alarm Tammy or cause questions about the ground being disturbed in their home's pet cemetery. So he stated he shot the raccoon, which then leads me to believe that Tylee was murdered, dismembered, burned, and buried, and most likely shot on the Daybell property. I don't know how she got there, but most likely it was not of her own free will. Just a horrendous case when you really think about it. The murders are terrible. They're disgusting. It was all completely planned, but somehow the plans changed due to Alex's failures of taking out Brandon and Tammy. The media also has succeeded in changing the narrative. We heard the word cult since the beginning, and now they've pushed that word aside. We don't hear that anymore. Now, nobody's been charged with murder, unfortunately, and I don't understand why. They haven't been tried, charged, or convicted of murder, and it's getting a little bit unnerving. I can tell in the comments from what you all say. You know, we used to think the state of Idaho and Rob Wood, they are just making a solid case before they charge them. But gosh, I don't know. I'm not so sure now. I mean, they've got remains. They got Tammy's autopsy results, all the cell phone technology. So why haven't they been charged? Ugh. I mean, it really makes no sense. The 48 hours final days of Tylee was on CBS, and I still haven't watched it, but I was given some information about it. At the 11:40 mark, it's as if the media is exposing Lori. They show her at her first appearance, and then they fade to a face that looks nothing like Lori Vallow, almost as if the media took off her mask. So the next time we see her, hopefully she won't be wearing her medical mask. But of course, due to COVID, she has a legitimate excuse for wearing her mask. Now, Chad, Christopher Parrott, Hector Sosa, Jason Mao, and Julie Rowe were, from what I can tell, they were committing fraudulent schemes targeting doomsday preppers. They were doing it through their Avow memberships. It was a tiered system to gain monetarily. And I want to go into that a little bit so you can see how that worked. And I will do it on an upcoming video. I believe that Julie Rowe was pushed out of Avow, just like the rumors and speculation has been in the media, or at least in the comments. Julie Rowe appears to have been Chad's jilted lover, or wannabe lover. She started a stir in Avow, and Chad was making money for Avow. So I really think this will all come out in court documents. And we know the FBI has been involved in this and watching them as well. So after much thought, I believe Lori might have a mental illness. Maybe it's a personality disorder. Maybe it's a chemical mental illness. I don't know. But she is clearly not okay in her mind. I mean, she was expressing to people around her that she was having visions. Back in the beginning of 2019, she told Charles that she didn't want JJ. She didn't want him anymore. So those incidents really make her look mentally ill. And as soon as they're charged with murders, I guess we'll find out just how insane Lori really is. It could be possible defense, really. So in the motion for the joinder, the court stated if either party intends on raising any kind of mental health condition issues or call any mental health expert, they must do so 90 days before a trial date is set. Mark means we know we call him kind of a buffoon and a knucklehead, but Mark was smart enough to pass the bar exam. He did do that. And that is not an easy task. So he does have some intelligence. unless he paid somebody to pass. But I'm just kidding. That is a joke. But he knows what's at stake here. He knows what's at stake for Lori. And I'm sure that he will send Lori to an expert or two for a mental health evaluation. You know, Alex Cox changed his name by Marion's Dilemma. So this to me suggests he might have been trying to distance himself from his own identity. He's been incarcerated in the past when he attacked Joe Ryan. So people that are locked up, they don't necessarily want to go back again. There does seem to be some indication that most likely Alex was trying to scurry away from who he actually was, knowing what was coming down the pipe. And do you really think that maybe it really wasn't Alex's idea to marry Dilemma? I wonder if Alex received money for what he did, for his dirty deeds. At one point, there was some big argument in the street between Lori and Alex. Did we ever find out what that was? I know there was speculation on Annie Cushing's site saying that Lori might have been mad at him for being gay. That's never been really proven. So all these things I know are on your minds, my subscribers. And we know this because of the comments made on my channel and other channels. And so that's why I'm exploring these comments. We will keep updated and continue, but I wanted to throw these questions out there and comments and thoughts. And again, thank you so much for watching Left Undone Incomplete Investigations. I'm Kathryn. Please like, please subscribe, please ring the bell. At Left Undone, we believe in ethics, integrity, and facts. And throw a little speculation within reason. See you soon. Take care.